Okay. Hey guys.
Hello.
How are you doing?
How are you?
Good. How are you?
How was your Christmas?
Christmas was great. Very cozy. It was with the family. What about you?
Likewise, a small family, small
Yeah.
gifts, new home. So yeah,
New home. It's true. It was your first Christmas in your new home.
yeah.
How was that?
It was magic. So
Yeah.
loved it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. And we have guys a special guest today.
Yeah.
Who's
Different
my
setup.
brother. Different setup, yes. We had to add an extra chair for my brother, Harut.
Hello, hello.
So, hey, Har, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you guys?
Good. So, we had actually, I think the reason or one of the, how this all came to be is that we recently had a Bible study, Stephanie, Harut, and I, and it was like 3-4 hour long. And like we told him we're going to be filming this episode, and yeah, he was interested to come and share a little bit of his testimony and also what we're going to be doing today. So, or talking about today, which is New Year. So before we get into the whole topic, first I want to mention why Christianity. So this podcast is all about asking questions, us being here, and asking the questions that are kind of tough to answer too. We have a lot of them, and we of course learn from other people that are out there, and we just wanted to share our journey with you guys and trying to answer them as much as possible. And hopefully we'll talk about this before the end today, but what our goals for this podcast is for the upcoming year as well. So that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for listening to us so far. And this episode is going to come out on New Year. So we're going to be talking about that today, doing a little recap of our year and sharing a little bit of our goals and faith and how it's going to impact or how it impacts our daily lives too. So first off, let's welcome Harut. So tell us a little bit about first off about you, and then maybe how you grew up with the Christian faith.
Okay, sounds good. So, my name is Harut. So, a bit about me, maybe educational background. I work in finance, and I've been working in the workplace for 2 years now in the pharmaceutical industry. So, I've been a believer, like my sisters in Charles, for a long, long time. And maybe around the age of like 16 or 17 years old, I became way more serious with my faith, and I became more, let's say, I started building a relationship with God. So it was way more traditional in the beginning. Mm-hmm. Our parents always used to bring us to church. It was always like the traditional path, like all the Christians. But once I started, building this relationship with God, I started reading the Bible. I became more serious, and I saw that there was more to Christianity than just, than just going to church, taking the communion in the Catholic faith, Orthodox, and so it's that's where it began. I think is when I started developing a personal relationship with God.
But what made you want to start building? Because like we've been going to church since we were kids, right? But what made you want to, let's say, deepen that relationship or take it more seriously at 16 or 17 years old?
I will add, our parents did the best they can, right, by catechizing us, going to the church with us when we were younger. But sometimes we lose that flame, and then it comes back. So, how was it? How was it for you?
When I was younger, like it was, let's say, that if I had anxiety at school, stuff like that, I would pray. I always prayed, but it would be more intentional. If, let's say, I had anxiety at school, it would be more like, or if I had a hard time with something, it would be more intentional. Like I'd be like, you know what? Like, is there a God? I'd be more intentional with my faith. So when things got hard, that's when I usually turned to the faith and it being more intentional. Yeah. But yeah, I always prayed, let's say, but
at 16, 17, that's when
that's when I became
shift.
way more aware of and intentional.
Okay. But what made that? Like what triggered that more intentional shift?
Like I said, like like anxiety at school.
Okay.
That's I think the first part where it was more of a shift for me. So it became more intentional.
Yeah. So the fact that, let's say, you were going through a difficult period with anxiety,
Yeah.
it motivated you to kind of
Yes.
be
exactly.
a little more serious or take your relationship with God
Yes.
more seriously.
Exactly.
That's good. That's good.
Yes.
And how's your relationship now?
Yeah. So now I'm 28 years old. So it's been like more than 12 years that I became more serious with my faith. But I would say that, there was a period where at some point I dropped out of school and it became very, I think it became this relationship with God more difficult. It was harder to gauge what the will of God was, let's say, where he wanted me to go, what he wanted me to do. I tried different things. And I think the most important thing for me was that I never went back on my faith. I was always intentional, even though I wasn't always sinless, let's say. And I sinned in ways, let's say, that when I was younger, I didn't think I would. But it was a better, let's say right now, I would say I'm way closer to God. And I understand the faith more because I went through these trials when I was younger.
Yeah.
Question. I ask this to everyone because like I struggle with it. Do you ever doubt that, one, there is a God, and two, if there is a God, that it's Jesus Christ?
So if I doubt,
Yeah. Do you have any doubts? Like, question. Why? I'll leave it at that.
like I do ask myself sometimes the question, like, why this God or why not this God? But then I would compare it to other religions, and it's just the person of Christ dying on the cross for everybody's sins, accomplishing all of the Old Testament prophecies. And you can see so many points in the Old Testament where the prophecies have been fulfilled by Christ, and it's very, very specific and intentional. Like in the Psalms, for example, where David would give a description of Jesus on the cross, and Jesus would be fulfilling that, or Isaiah, chapter 55 of the book of Isaiah, for example, where he would talk about he was pierced for our transgressions, the punishment that he bore was for our salvation.
Yeah.
That's referring to Christ. And then it's kind of hard to neglect all of these prophecies, one, and then I would say also the 12 apostles all dying for Jesus, which they were with him for 3 years.
Yeah.
Kind of in my mind, it makes it more legitimate, because who would die for a lie? If you didn't see someone resurrect, would you go and die for that person years after he's gone?
Makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that would, if I doubt, I do doubt, that would restabilize it in my mind, be
In
like,
your
okay,
mind.
like,
Yeah.
Why? That's interesting.
yeah. What do you guys think?
I mean, look, I have said this on here, I think, many times before, but I do still struggle with doubt sometimes. Like, what if my mind is just making up this reality that we have this loving God, and just so that, like, I could feel better, or that we could feel better about life, or that we could make sense out of life, that it's not just all random. But every time I hear something like, okay, what if, the prophecies and all of that, there's always a question in my mind to kind of counter argue against
Yeah.
what Christians would say or how they would explain it. So that's why it's a little like tough for me to just go blindly, but I'm still practicing anyways, and I'm still like doing what it takes anyways, in hopes for one day to receive my sign.
Which you did. The other day, you told us a little story of how you did sort of receive a sign.
Well, it wasn't like really a sign. I could.
What's that story?
Oh, we're gonna get into that.
Put her on the spot.
Oh, you put me on the spot. Okay. I was gonna tell, maybe, okay, so okay, this story is a bit it's a little personal, so it's kind of weird to share, but it's okay. Basically this year I did start taking my faith more seriously, and yeah, since I'm struggling with a little bit of doubt here and there, always questioning, oh, but like, what if this could be explained by this or that, and other reasons why things could happen. I always ask for God for a sign, but like a clear sign that cannot be explained by something natural or something in life, you know? So that's why I'm not sure this was it. But I was returning from a hike. I don't think I've ever told you this, Charles, either.
Okay. No.
I was returning from a hike, and it was in March, I think. And I was, asking God for a sign, like, if you're here, just reveal to me that you're here in some way. And we always do these little coffee stops after our hikes. And I saw this man working at the coffee shop. And I just felt like this, it's so random. Okay, it's so weird to say, but I just felt this like intense love towards this man that I never met in my life. That
Not romantic.
Not romantic, obviously. It was an old man. Not romantic. It was just, I don't know, this like love. Okay. And it's weird because I never met him. I just spoke to him on the phone once before to kind of say that we're going to be a big group coming to the cafe. So he prepares himself. It was a small place. But yeah, it was very, very weird. And then I don't know, I kept pondering, I kept thinking about it, and I was like, what if like God was trying to tell me to speak to him or to say something? Should I call him back? And then the next day I see a missed call from his phone number. And I recognized because I had called him like 2 days before to reserve or just to mention that we were passing by. So I saw the missed call, and then I was like, oh, like, is this really a sign that I should call him back? Like, how much of a coincidence could this be? And then I did call back the next day. It was a Monday. And I said, like, first, oh, like, you call me, sorry, I missed your call. And he said, oh, no, it must have been a pocket dial. And then I said, okay, like, I have a weird question. Like, is everything okay with you? Like, are you okay? It was so humiliating. He was like, yes, everything's fine. So yeah, so I don't know if it was a sign.
I think
in the end.
The sign is the fact that like you felt the love out of nowhere. It's God's proof a little bit that, that love exists, and it doesn't need to be to one person, towards one specific person. It's just the love that is in you and displayed, Maybe that's sort of the, like, because God is love. The presence of love is the presence of God.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Super interesting.
Yeah, it was a very, very weird experience.
You never felt that before? Like that type of love towards someone like random?
It was so random. Like it was weird and hard to explain, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think I would ever be able to like feel that type of love towards someone right away.
I was so confused. I was like, what is happening here? Like, is God trying to tell me to speak to him, to tell him something? I don't know.
At least you knew. You did it, and you you tried talking to the guy, but it wasn't that. So
yeah, so it wasn't that, or that he was uncomfortable, obviously talking to a stranger on the phone.
No, for sure. Yeah.
So,
exactly.
So yeah, that was one thing. But again, it's not like, okay, I don't know. What if I was on a high after a hike? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like I need something
more concrete.
A voice in the heavens outside
she
my
wants
brain.
God to appear.
The rapture.
The rapture. Then you'll believe.
No, we will believe.
But so that was a story this year. But that's it. But I'm excited to actually get into the year and kind of for each of us to do a little recap of how our relationship with God has been, how it evolved, and what we've been putting in place. So let's start with you, Steph. How has your year been?
Yeah, you've been silent.
Hi.
Steph is still here.
Oh, okay. A recap of the year. To be honest, this year has been like, it's changed. I've changed a lot. A lot has changed. Like I would say I'm not the same person I was a year ago. My values changed. And yeah, and it's all because like a year ago, that's where I started to take my faith seriously. You know, I would say it started like in the summer, like yeah, a year and a half ago, but like intentionally, you know, remaining faithful to God was a year ago. And yeah, where do I start?
Okay, so what have you let's like so what have you started practicing this year, or what have you started doing differently, and how has your life changed as a consequence?
Okay, so doing differently, honestly, what changed for me is starting to watch like Christian podcasts. So I started watching a lot of like Girls Gone Bible, very
Yes.
like Protestant podcasts, because they brought up like good points and they were very like passionate and like on fire for God, which is something I've never like seen before. And I just love that, you know, that sparked something in me and I wanted that too, you know. So I think that's where even like the knowledge of God started coming in. It pushed me to read the Bible like every day and to develop, like most importantly, develop this relationship with God, because I didn't necessarily do that. It was like harut, you know, just in the hard moments where I would pray. So mostly that, and then even like going even further and at school, joining like Christian communities. And yeah, like I was very intentional. I really wanted that. I knew it.
You went on a mission trip to Armenia.
Yeah, and
Don't
then
forget about that.
yeah, and later on, like yeah, this last summer I went on a mission trip through that
Nice.
same like community.
Yeah.
It was so, yeah, it was so sudden, but you know, so yeah, finding that community, just learning more about God, asking more questions, and being more intentional. Like I started seeing, in a way, God every day during my life, and not necessarily like physically, but just, you know, recognizing that, you know, the good comes from Him, everything like comes from Him, and being more grateful. And honestly, like He helped me a lot also, like through the hard moments, and recognizing also what He can do with those hard moments. You know, the reason why I've changed a lot is because like of those hard moments, but also Him, you know, changing my heart in a way. And yeah, I get there's a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And like what have you been applying, let's say, daily?
So for the past year,
Yeah, for the past year.
daily, well, I try to do my best.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, it's been different, but mostly like I try to do my best to read the Bible. There was a time where I stopped, but yeah, it's because like I stopped, but I was praying the rosary. So it's mostly like spending time with Him, that I've been doing much more, whether it's reading the Bible, praying the rosary, even like watching Christian podcasts to know more about Him. But I would say like the first part of the year has been more on reading the Bible, getting to know God more. And then the second part has been more about, okay, looking for His church. So, because I started asking questions like, okay, which denomination? And
Yeah.
so I started watching debates, and, you know, that's where I started to learn more about Catholicism, their doctrines. And, you know, that's where I started growing more and more. I started to go to Mass more often, you know, going to confession and receiving the Eucharist more. So, yeah, a lot has changed in that 1 year. So, yeah, I guess that's like...
Awesome. Thanks
Nice.
for sharing.
Nice.
Charles.
Yeah.
So, what has your last year looked like in your like journey with God, I guess, in your faith? And if you want to go specifics, like what have you been applying and what was the impact on your life?
Good question. I mean, this year hasn't been the easiest on me. Difficult decisions throughout the year. Deciding to really focus on the studio wasn't an easy move. You know,
Yeah.
just like depending on the revenue of the studio.
Yeah.
It was like definitely a good challenge, and uh, it gave me the strength to also um, focus more on him in a way that I couldn't even imagine. Like because yes, we're really busy as entrepreneurs, but somehow, like instead of just like going to read any a business guru book, I decided to be more with my faith, learn more about the Bible, and it's gonna be brought up later on, but it's like kind of my intention to always build a Christian business, kind of, and I wanna like try my best to do that.
Yeah.
So definitely challenging. Prayed a lot, and I realized also like it's not always about the sad moment or the difficult moment, but also the moment where it seems that everything is fine, because we're still human. So at the end of the day, even if we felt this is the best decision, it might go against God. So like always like praying on making the best decision, whatever it is, whether it's like during difficult choices or like stable moments as well.
Question about that. Like, how do you know you've made the right decision?
You have to pray on it, and it's like also a lot in the Bible too, like Satan can appear as an angel of light.
Yeah.
So like the bad things are not always from Satan. Satan can bring you something good that brings you
Something
far
bad. Yeah.
far from God. So let's say, okay, Charles, you get 1 million today.
Yeah.
I might be like, oh shit, now I have so much money, I forget about God, right?
Yeah.
So it's not always that good things or what is perceived as good
Yeah.
that is from God. So I always pray that God is bringing me to the right decision. Always praying that, you know, Speak Up Studio will be fruitful thanks to him. And, you know, he should be the center of that success. And the same thing for everything that happened throughout the year, this year.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
is it mostly like as a response? Is it mostly like a feeling you get, or you know you're doing something right, like deep down? Like what is it after?
That's what I'm curious about too.
Good question. In a way, I feel maybe, for example, the case of Nat, you finally managed to open in that like little story you gave me, because every time I got a difficult moment, in a way God gave me the answer, right? So the like one of the toughest moments I remember is, well, I had so many toughest moments this year, but for example, purchasing the home wasn't easy
I remember
because
that.
my good friend Elio, I don't know if he will watch this ever, but he had to go through a cardiac arrest and, you know,
Yeah.
heart transplant.
surgery.
It was such a complicated mess. So we had to rush everything through.
And he was helping you guys with
Yeah.
the house. He's a, what do you call it? Courtier hypothécaire in
Mortgage
English?
broker.
Mortgage. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Mortgage broker. Yeah, so he was helping you guys with.
Yeah,
with
it was like such a, you know, a blessing to finally own a house, but also I was praying, is it the right choice? Is it like,
Yeah.
and everything ended up to be like good. Same way in my business, you know, like everything I felt was falling apart, but then I reconnected with my good friend Antonio, and he was supporting me for the past few months. So I was really able to keep working on myself, because I really felt the burnout at that time, because I was scaling but not in the right way. So yeah, like God provided and answered, and I keep praying that it's happening.
But I have a little hard time with, because what if you're just testing out different paths and like you never really know if it's the right one or not, and you're just testing it. Okay, this was wrong, let me pivot. Okay, this was not the right, let me pivot. Like, how do you know in the moment that this decision, before taking it, before testing it out, like if it's the right one or not? And I talk about this because it's one of the things like I'm trying to work on this next year, because clearly I'm not there. But like I'll also have a hard time, let's say, with my business when it comes to decision making. Like, what's the next best step?
Yes.
And I pray on it, and I have obviously sorry, I don't have a clear answer. So that's why I was curious when you said like I wanted to know like how you base your decision making on, like when you pray. I don't know, is it like a feeling? Do you hear a voice? Do you what is it that makes you take a decision versus another one?
It's a good question. Like for me, it has to. It's not necessarily a feeling, but a mix of different things. Like through the experience we lived and through the data we collected and the actions we've taken, we know intuitively that this should be the right next move. But like again, like it's important to pray on it to make sure, okay, is it really what God is willing for me to take as a path? So for sure, like it's not just like being analysis paralysis and try to pray on it. Obviously, like you need to
Do something.
do something. So also like this is how the Bible works, right? Like we need to have the faith. We need to work on it. We need to also know that God's grace is here to save us. So I really believe in that path. It's like if we just take Abraham as an example, so he was saved initially by God's grace, but then he worked throughout Genesis to get those favors, right?
Yeah.
So this is how I see it, and every time everything aligns. And for example, one of my last answer happened like a few days ago, where like I really have this good French editor, and Antonio's team is only Anglophone.
Okay.
So they decided to hire him in the team. So like,
that's great.
that's perfect.
That's amazing. Yeah.
So this way, like, I don't have to ditch him because he's such a great person and editor, and he's Christian, by the way,
Okay,
from Africa.
great.
So, and Antonio took him over. So
That's great.
so that like really, I prayed a lot for God. Can we try to find a solution? Because I didn't want to like abandon anyone, and this is my value as a business owner. I don't want to make anyone feel abandoned. And now that I'm supported fully with a team that Antonio has built, it's great because we can do much more and go
Can
further.
focus on the podcast.
Yes.
That's great. That's great.
exactly.
We are filming, by the way, in Charles' podcast studio, which is amazing.
And this is part of it also, like because I prayed a lot on it. Like I was so frustrated to see just Protestant having great shows and stuff.
Yeah.
And
But we
like,
gotta give it to them. Like Steph said, they have this like fire.
Yeah.
it's
So
crazy.
they're good.
They have the high budget. They have everything. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And you not.
My
That's cool.
goals. Let's start with Harut first,
Harut?
actually.
Okay,
You want to leave?
Let's. So maybe not goals, but let's do a little recap of your past year. Same question as Stephanie and Charles. So how's your faith, and what have you applied like concretely, and how did it impact your life?
Cool. So my faith. So I'd say, in a way, I always had faith. For the application part, it was not always there.
Yeah.
So
That's the tough part.
that's the tough part. And it's like everything. You try to be disciplined with something. You go back. You try to do it again. It doesn't work. Sometimes it works. Keeping close to God is also work. So in my opinion, in the past year, I'd say work has been good. I haven't had a lot of ups and downs on my career side. When it came to God, I always had God in the back of my head when I made decisions, when I wanted to, I had projects, I had ideas, stuff like that. But I didn't always pray. So I wouldn't pray as much, although God would be in my mind and I would know of his, I'd be conscious of his existence. But concretely, since September, I put something more concrete in place to be close to God.
Yeah.
And I would read the Bible every morning. So I would wake up 1 hour before work. I work from home, so I wake up at 7. I'd read the Bible for 30 minutes and I'd pray at the same time. And I've been doing that every single day since like beginning of September. So that's been something very practical that I've been doing that has brought me closer to God. And with that, the impact that it had on my life, I feel like I don't need to worry as much because every morning I give it first to God. And later it's like, fine, I'm carried throughout the day. I don't need to worry about stuff as much as I would in the past.
Yeah.
Because in the past it's like, there's one scripture that I'm gonna quote here a little bit. It's John chapter 15. I think we saw that the other day when we were doing the Bible study. So it talks about God, Jesus Christ being the vine and us being the branches.
Yes.
And him saying that there's the branch, he's the branch and we're the vine. And the opposite. He's the vine and we're the branches.
Yep.
And we bear fruit only when we're close to him. In that sense that we cannot bear fruit if we're separate from him, which means even though I know God exists, if I'm not working on a relationship, if I'm not reading the Bible, praying, relying on him, and when I say relying on him, it's every aspect of ourselves. It's like, I rely on you. One example is I rely on you with my doubt. Or if, let's say, I'm a person that stresses a lot, I rely on you with my stress. Various aspects of ourselves we kind of separate from God, but God has that in his control. So relying on him and constantly daily giving those weaknesses to him, at the end of the day, you're just like, me and God, we're working together. And it's not me. At the end of the day, it's not me anymore. It's really God holding my fears in his bare hands and leading me through, even though I don't have always this consciousness. If I start with God in the morning, I'm able to, throughout the day, give him the responsibility of how my day turns out. I also have to do my part of doing everything the correct manner. But and although there's going to be sins, we're never going to be perfect. Always go back to God and trust him with your day. So that's been the biggest part of my 2025.
Wow.
Nice.
That's I feel like a powerful thing to be able to do. Just let go, because like, yes, God is with us, but we don't see him, we don't hear him. Like it's a very, I think it's a very difficult thing to do, to just let go to something that's like you're not.
But at the same time, you're not doing it like casually right away. It's not like
No.
God is going to be like, I'm just giving you everything. It's like throughout reading the Bible, you start to believe that it's possible to give everything to God.
Yes, exactly.
You start to believe it slowly. And even though you're not going to feel it, like the first 2 months, I barely felt anything, to be honest with you guys. Like I would read every morning, even though like my reading, I wasn't as focused, but putting myself in scripture and like thinking about it all the time because I read every morning has brought me closer to God. And that has made it more real in my mind. And it's made it more, hey, God actually is there.
Yeah.
So like my faith has grown because of the time that I spent in the Bible and like praying.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Yes. And one other thing also that you had mentioned, Har, is that you would go back and read every day. I don't know if it's every day, but that same passage, and you would start meditating on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you want to like talk about that.
Elaborate. Well, that's the passage I was talking about, like the vine, Jesus being the vine and us the branches. So
What is it? Do you mind? So John 15.
John 15.
John 15.
He talks about
The
in the
whole
whole
thing.
chapter.
Okay.
So he's the vine holding us. We're the branches. We cannot do anything without God. And he talks how it's the love of Christ that without the love of Christ, we're not able to bear fruit. And without unity with Christ, we're not able to bear fruit either.
Yeah.
So if we try to do stuff on our own, let's not be surprised if we derive from God's will at some point. If we don't put the work in, when I say put the work in, it's like being close to God.
Exactly.
If we're not close to God, it's going to be more, how are we going to know that we're in his will? That's
I wanted to talk about like the meditating on like the same verse, like how you would go back to it every time, and something else, like another meaning would unfold for you. Like it would basically like come alive when you would start like actually like to think about
that's
it
true.
more. And
So the more I see that chapter, the more it becomes, there's parts of it that are revealed to me in a way that I notice the more I read it. And it's so deep that every time that I read it, not every time, but let's say at some point I'm gonna notice something in that paragraph. I'm like, yo, it was in front of me the whole time, but I didn't realize it.
Yeah.
And I think it's the loving part, or the unity part with God. It's like you will be in the will of God if you stay close to him.
Yeah.
That's one part that kind of was revealed to me a little bit, I would say, more than anything else. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I actually started doing that. Like I started reading this one particularly because I remember like when I read it first, I had highlighted a lot of it. And I really loved it. And, you know, especially the part where he gives us like the commandment. This is my commandment, that you love one another just as I have loved you, which is so impossible in my mind, like to love.
Yeah.
Because especially when it's like someone either you don't know or someone that has wronged you, to love them as much as Jesus loves us.
It's crazy.
That's crazy. Like
Yeah.
I will never ever measure up to that ever.
Yeah.
So that was a line that really like struck me at the time.
Yeah, like especially like we discussed this at the beginning, but among all the other religion, if we just look at the data, it shows, well, first that the historical figure of Christ existed, but he cannot be just human the way he was speaking. And it's just crazy to be such a loving person after all we made him endure, through his human presence with us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think also that's why he tells us like first love God with all your heart and mind, because
That's easier to do.
and it's the starting point, because he's the one that's gonna actually like help you love others.
Yeah.
You know, I guess, because I ponder on that too. It's like, how much should I
Like
love?
people, sorry, I don't want to hate too much, but sometimes like people really get on my nerves, and it's hard. It's really hard.
Yeah.
But I mean, he said, as I loved you, but like his love is infinite to begin with. So you can't even love someone that's close to you as much as he loves.
Oh yeah.
So try doing that with someone
First,
Yeah,
maybe
exactly.
someone I love first, and then we'll talk
and
about
we'll see
like
what happens.
strangers or awesome.
Finally,
Great.
unite.
Yes.
Tell
So
us.
as for me this year has been like, to say the least, like life-changing, and I don't say that lightly, because like I changed a lot this past year specifically. And I talked a little bit about how it all happened. We talked about it, Charles and I, in the very first episode. But yeah, so Steph is the one who actually first talked to me, and I wasn't doing very well at the time. And I don't know, it kind of maybe lit something. It turned a switch on, and I decided, okay, like I'm just going to take it more seriously. And I've been journaling every day, but like my journaling is really talking to God, asking him questions, meditating on answers, or trying to hear an outside answer other than my brain. But reading, so I started with that, the journaling, then I added reading the Bible. And yes, the goal was daily, but as you guys know, I talked a little bit about it too in previous episodes, but I did get married this year, so well, it is an excuse, but it's okay. We try our best. I didn't do it every single day like I wanted to, but there were periods where there were a couple of days, but that I didn't. But I actually write that down. I'm a little bit OCD in the sense that I like to track things. So, for example, like every day I write day 300. I think I'm on like day 358, something like that.
Nice.
And then I track the number of days that I missed. So it's like day 358, and I missed like 62 days out of these 350 days of journaling and reading the Bible and talking to God. But I do think about God every day. I try to talk to him sometimes. So that's really what I try to apply this year. And just doing that has already changed a lot. But of course, like for the next year, I want to deepen my relationship, and we can definitely talk about that too. But all this to say, like just applying this little thing and has changed a lot, because it wasn't an easy year either, whether it's business, getting married, I think other problems, family stuff. Like I think I handled it so much better than I would have. And like it was because of that. It was because I was reading the Bible, because I have this relationship with Jesus, and that's why I was able to get through it, to be able to do everything and have a great wedding, and the business was doing still good without necessarily me being in it 24/7. So and I do think like God did put people on my path this year so that I could be able to let go for that moment. That was a little bit of my recap this year. And of course, the little story that I told you guys a bit earlier. But let's talk about this upcoming year. And I want to talk like about our goals in faith, but not just that, like how that would impact our other goals, like let's say work, careers, our health, our relationships. So we can maybe talk about like our goals with our faith. What do we want to do? How does that look like on the daily? Because like it's nice to have. I like concrete. If you guys have heard me enough, I like concrete. So let's try to kind of break it down. Like, what's our goal, and what does that look like in our daily life? How did you want to start with this one?
Yeah, sure. So when it comes to, so you're talking about faith only, or?
Well, faith only, and then like we can delve into the other like
Different
health
aspects.
stuff and
Okay.
Career and all of that.
Okay, so faith-wise, maybe not much is gonna change, because I already set up like this routine in the morning that I do all the time. So reading the Bible, praying, being mindful of what God wants, trying to, something we discussed the other day, trying to get rid of one sin that we're really conscious about,
Yes.
that we've battled with for a long time, trying to just get rid of that for good. If we do like 1 or 2 sins a year that we completely get rid of,
Yeah.
I think that would be good progress if you're looking at your
Absolutely.
life being like 40 more years, let's say. So I think that's the logical part. If we were to get closer to God again, like it is sin that puts the blocks between us and God. So if we're able to, in order to get closer to Him, we should be able to break down or stop sinning in the ways that we know that we do. And I think that's important. Also being close to God, and every single day trying to read the Bible or praying every single morning. That's something I'm going to keep doing. Going to church all the time. We've been going now to the Thursday and Sunday Mass on a consistent basis. I think that's been helping us a lot as well.
What does all the time mean? I need specifics.
Okay, so
Because this is filmed.
once,
Next year we're gonna do
you're
our
going to come back and you're going to
come back and be like, how
Let's change
are
now. No,
your
I'm not gonna
goals?
change. I'm actually serious about it. But once a week at
Once a
least.
week.
At least. So I love the Thursday Mass.
Yes.
Charles too, like if you're into it, interested,
I talked
you
to
can
you,
come with
about
us.
it.
It's really cool. So those are the two most important things when it comes to faith. Not nitpicking the small stuff. I do that a lot. Some stuff don't work out. I try to think why does God not allow this to happen? I think just forgetting that, it's part of trusting in God. So
Yeah,
the small stuff
absolutely.
didn't work out, move on, keep praying. Consistency in prayer is important, and reading the Bible.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Also doing the Bible study from time to time
Yeah.
is helpful, I think.
So you said you wanted to get rid of like 1 to 2 sins per year.
I was gonna ask him
She got
that.
onto that.
Of course, you think you're going to get away with it? No. So tell us, what are these 1 to 2 sins you're going to work on in
I don't know if
2026?
we were in confession here. But
I mean, look, we all sin, so like it's going to
Okay.
be definitely something we all do.
okay, this is something like I don't know if I'm ready for this, but to get rid of this, but like curse words, it's a big
Curse.
deal.
Oh, yeah.
It's part of my daily vocabulary.
Yes.
If I talk to my friend, I curse. I just curse all the time. I'm on the highway, something happens, like it's just so hard. But it's on my mind to get
Yeah.
rid of it. So I know I have to. But how hard is it? Do you?
I mean, I don't curse that often, but at least use biblical curses.
Like what?
Like what? There's
Yeah, well,
biblical curse.
people called Jesus called some people dogs, you know. So
Oh, you're right. You're
So-
right. Nice.
At
We could
least use,
switch.
use biblical curses to start with and slowly reduce those.
Hypocrites. We call
Yeah.
them
Hypocrites.
a lot.
Hypocrites.
Hypocrites
It's not-
is nice.
It's not a curse word.
Hypocrite.
It's a very kind. It's a very like descriptive
Yeah.
Yeah.
term.
But it is hard. I mean, I still slip every now and then, but cursing is because again, right? You want to, I see it like cleanse yourself of everything, of sins, basically.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you kind of want to be, I don't know, this pure person, this.
Yeah, but whether we like it or not, sin is making us further away from God. It is
Exactly.
putting us away from God. Even though we don't notice it, we're separating ourselves. Like God is always there, but it's us that are being blinded to the presence of God by sinning.
By
it's
sin.
not like He's pulling away either.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And can I ask what's difficult about letting go of cursing? Like what's holding you back in a way?
Well, honestly, I think the closer I get to God, which is the more I read the Bible, the more I meditate on God, the more I pray, the more God is gonna help me through His grace to sin less. And it's just it's with time that I'm able to grow in the relationship with God. And again, the more you get closer to God, the more you feel bad when you sin. So that
Yeah.
also plays a role because
Yeah.
when you sin, you're like, okay, like I thought I had repented of that, and it becomes a struggle. It becomes a struggle. And I think that's what the Christian faith is. It's not easy. It's you're not working for your salvation. You're working to get closer to God because your salvation's already been paid for. But you're perfecting yourself through the help of God in order to be pleasant to Him and in order to be closer to Him.
Yeah.
And I think it's also hard to let go of it because it's such a, like it's a habit, right? If you got used to doing it, you don't really think about it anymore. But like you said, like the closer you get to God, the more you become aware of it. And for me, I don't know if it was the same, it's the same for you, but every time I curse or I hear someone curse, I cringe. Like something in me is just like it's
Not me.
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Next step. next year, 2026.
Yeah,
hopefully.
I do think also like it comes down to, do I want to stop? Like I think, like if I look back on some of the sins that I've done, it's, you know, being willing to say yes, like it's done. I want this, like
Out.
I like I don't want to do this anymore. And that doesn't mean that it's gonna stop right afterwards. But I think making that conscious decision, like I don't want it, is the first and like the most important step.
Yeah.
So I guess I would say that.
Charles.
Yes. I'm putting a verse that I really love from Paul. So it's in 2 Corinthians 12. It starts at
2 Corinthians 12.
verse. Is it 12, 7 to 10? 7 to 10.
Is it because of the surpassing greatness.
Yeah. So, and so yeah, or because this surpassing greatness revelation, therefore, in order to keep me from becoming conceited, I was given a thorn in my flesh, a messenger of Satan to torment me. 3 times I plead with the Lord to take it away from me. But he said to me, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Therefore I will boast all the more gladly about my weaknesses, so that Christ's power may rest on me." So, to summarize what Paul was saying here, basically, sin sometimes is there to humble us
Yeah.
and remind us of the presence and God's grace. So, not all the sins we will be able to overcome. So, this is why Paul said, pray for God to give you the revelation. So, pray to God to say, God, can you help me with the sin? Can I overcome the sin? Or God will answer you back, no, the sin is meant for you to endure until, you're with Christ. So sometimes sin is there for a reason. So I found this super humbling because it reminds us, okay, this is super difficult to overcome always our sins. There's sins that will not overcome. And we just need to endure them. So obviously it's not like to acknowledge, oh, that's fine. God gave me the sin. We need to hate sin. We need to always
Struggle against it.
Fight against it and endure it.
But I have a hard time with that though, because if sin keeps you away from God and you really want to get rid of it to be closer to him, why would he?
No, sin keeps you closer to God. Because if you're still aware.
If you're sinning, you're putting a barrier between. You're getting, right?
When
you're
you
stepping
sin,
back.
But this is where, okay, this sin, I will never get rid of it. So I need to get even closer to God because I need to endure it.
Yeah. And I think also sorry, how do you want to?
Go ahead.
We need to make the distinction between sins that we do consciously, knowing that we shouldn't do, and we do it consciously. That the Catholic Church calls that mortal sin if it's grave. That ruptures your relationship with God completely. But with this seems like Paul was doing something the thorn on his side was, something that he was struggling with, not necessarily mortal sin, maybe, we don't know. But, that is less, I would see, it's less grave. You can pray about that. It's... everyone has that, a sin in their hearts. They're trying so desperately to get rid of.
Yeah. Also, it says in that verse that it's to keep Paul from being conceited.
Exactly.
So, if he overcame it, he'd be conceited. Oh, look, I'm capable. Even though he knows, let's say, that God helped him through it. So,
100%.
He's gonna think it's him.
He's gonna think it's him. It's gonna keep you conceited. So something will remind you that you're human, and God will allow it to torment you, quote unquote.
Yeah.
In order for you to stay humble.
Exactly.
But it's funny that you mentioned that verse because I was talking about to someone about that verse a couple of days ago. Specifically
Really?
that verse. I said the 2 favorite verses of the gospel, and that was one of the 2 out of everything.
Of your favorites?
My favorite verses.
Really?
I swear. I promise. Yeah.
Wow.
So that's crazy.
That is crazy.
Of all the Bible,
that's
all the Bible,
specific
that
verse.
specific
That's
verse. Yeah. And also it shows that God's strength is made perfect in weakness, meaning that
of course,
it's if we're weak, Paul said that's when I'm strong.
Yes,
because it's not my strength, right? Because now
100%.
it's not me anymore; it's God's strength through me.
Exactly.
Wow. Sorry, I needed to pause there a little bit, but go for it.
If you don't have anything, I wanted something you mentioned, maybe halfway through. You said Christ, the person of Christ, was real. In the beginning is real, whether he existed obviously because of the manuscripts and so many different scriptures that speak about him, But he also existed as a figure that cannot be someone ordinary because he
Yes.
claimed to be greater than just man. He claimed to be, when he said before Abraham was, I am in John, he's claiming to be the God of Abraham,
Yeah.
Isaac, and Jacob. So Billy Graham, he's Protestant's very well-known evangelist. He would say that there's three different ways to say who Jesus is. He would say either he's a liar at the time when he claimed to be God, either he's someone that is how should we say that he's like mentally insane, and the third is him being God.
Yeah.
So he would say that there's three options, and you should make your decision on who Jesus is. And what do you guys think about that? Do you guys think that that's accurate, that it's only these three aspects that we can identify Jesus with? And if so, then wouldn't you say him being God is the most obvious one? Anyone can go.
That's a whole discussion.
I know.
It's like, wow, but it's interesting. Yeah.
Do we finish at
So-
1 hour?
No, for sure. Like, we can carry a little bit. Yeah,
Yeah,
Steph,
we
go
can
for
carry
it. You have a comment?
So what were the options? Liar, truth. He was saying the truth,
Mentally
or
insane.
mentally,
Or
Or
mentally
mentally
insane.
insane.
I mean, look. I mean, it's hard to see him as a liar because he literally like got crucified because of this lie. You know, why would he? Because that's why, like, the Jewish Pharisees and the Roman leaders crucified him. It's because he was claiming to be God. So why would he still why would he still accept going through that process? You know, I think eventually, okay, he would go during that process, he would say, no, I lied. I don't know.
Or he said, forgive them for they know not what they do, as he's dying on the cross, which
Oh,
is
yeah.
pretty insane. So like, if you're lying, it's...
Yeah, like imagine being in deep pain, agony. He literally says
Yeah.
that instead. Like,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
And like fulfilling all prophecies from the Old Testament.
It's
Like
very
it's hard to fulfill them all if you're just lying about them. Some of them you can, like, okay, like in the prophecies they said, I don't know who mentioned that he was gonna go into the promised land on a
Donkey.
On
a donkey?
Yes, I think
It was
in-
prophesized.
in Psalms, I think.
yeah. I mean, that he could have just read it and be like, hey, get me a donkey, He could have just known about the scripture and then acted accordingly to fulfill the scripture. But then there's things that happened like before he was born, with John as well, the Baptist. Like things that he couldn't have control over that happened as well. So it's hard to be consistent with all of these things.
Yeah.
So obviously, like the lying part, it's impossible for me. And now we can dive into, okay, was this person mentally challenged? And like we know through the Bible, like Jesus, not only Jesus, but also his apostle performed many miracles, healing the sick, raising the dead, curing leprosy. And we even see more modern Christian miracle around those things. So it shows that Christianity is beyond our knowledge about science. We know it's true because we had so many historical data relating those stories, those miracles. So and because those miracles are still happening within the Catholic and Orthodox Church, it's like the proof that Jesus Christ is still the living God, that the Gospels are proclaimed.
Real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my point.
Yeah.
But thanks for the questions. Very good question.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And
Now,
yeah.
let's continue with like our goals for this
Goals.
year.
Yeah.
Steph.
Yeah, let's start with Steph.
So faith, and then we can maybe talk a little bit more about our how it applies to our lives.
Okay. So more specifically, faith. I think now it's so I recently started like reading now the Bible every day. Like every time after I wake up with my coffee, read the Bible.
Nice.
It's really important for me now. Well, it was always, but I didn't have that consistency. So doing that, I think also like being a part of a church, like serving there. I think this is something that I really want. And being part of like community, especially like Catholic community, because, you know, up until this point, it's always been like me learning these things on my own, watching podcasts on my own, not really having anyone else to teach me or, you know, to be part of a community that sort of understands as well, like the process, because it is also like difficult to understand and to walk through. So yeah, I just realized like I really need a community. And so, you know, the church we go to, you know, Father Bernard, we always say like Abuna Bernard in Arabic. But yeah, I think like I need to do more there, be part of the community there. I think it's going to be very helpful for me, you know, elevating my spiritual life.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, like I realized in the Armenia trip, because we went with a Christian community and having like, you know, Christians who were, you know, they were like very like committed to God. And it was the first time that I was with those kind of like these kind of people for like 2 weeks every day. And it was very inspiring, very convicting. And I loved it. I realized how like important it is to surround yourself with these kind of people. And so, you know, it's something that I need. Learn. Oh yeah, I wrote down learn more about Catholicism, obviously, because like, yeah, there's just so much. And every time I learn something, like I'm just in awe because of how rich and deep it goes. And yeah, I'm in awe of God, obviously, but so that. And finally, I wrote down find a spiritual director, leader. So like, you know, Abuna Bernard, I think asking him more questions and just getting advice from him, I think would be very helpful.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
That's awesome.
Nice.
What about you, Charles?
Good question. Faith-wise, I wanna like really quintuple my faith with God and be more proactive about it. In a sense, I don't know. I've been recently also seeing a lot of signs. Like I'm seeing the number 33
33.
so frequently,
You have a
seeing-
number
I
too.
have 47 all the time.
Crazy.
I see it too.
and we know the number 33 is important. It's
Age of Christ.
the age of Christ when he died. I'm approaching that number, so
You are.
so I'm like, okay, I need to really go all in this year with my faith and be more proactive. If I see like people in the wrong, call them out as well. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Be more bold when it comes to
exactly.
calling people out, or let's say stating your opinion or your
The truth.
the truth or what you think.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What? Awesome.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
And
Not.
What about you?
what about me? So for me, I wrote down a couple of things, but the big picture is, I think, like everyone here, obviously be closer to God. Like very, very close. You know, I want to like really have a very direct relationship. I don't know how to explain it, but very close relationship where like I talk and he talks back.
like the prophets, Moses.
Yes. Oh, yes, exactly. Like I want to hear his voice, which brings me to my other thing, like better discernment, I guess. We talked about it a little bit, you know, when making a decision.
Yes.
like, how do you know what decision is the best? And like, okay, people, I've listened to podcasts too, and people are always like, oh, but like, it's when you get an idea and it's something that you wouldn't think of, and it's in alignment with what God would want. But like, everybody gets good ideas all the time, and they're not all bad, and they're new. That doesn't mean that it comes from God. It could just be your brain, or I don't know. So better discernment, just knowing when God is nudging me towards something, or just having that. And I'm going to get my sign this year.
Oh.
I'm going to get
do you
my
know?
sign.
How do you know?
I
you
know.
were saying- okay, I thought you were
I
received the
will
message.
get my sign. So I'll keep you guys updated on when that happens and
Yes.
how it happens. And I'll obviously share it with you guys too.
Let's go.
Let's go. But what that looks like concretely, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing with the journaling, reading the Bible daily, ideally in the morning, because then you just get busy with your day. But I really love to start my day like that. Going to church at least once a week. So I have a similar one as you for that. Steph, I also want to join the church somehow, help out
Nice.
with whatever I can help. And so be surrounded by people who, let's say, have either stronger faith or who could answer my questions as well. And we'll talk about this a little more, but also like keep doing this podcast. It's not always easy, but I've been enjoying it. I've learned a lot just by doing our research and the couple of episodes that we filmed. I think it's been useful. We could maybe talk about how like that would change our careers or health. On my end, career-wise, the better discernment. What I'm struggling with right now is knowing what my next best step is. And I don't really know. Like, all the ideas seem good, seem well aligned. I don't know where to start. Like, what do I do? So, just keeping God at the center of it. I do want to build something. You know, Charles, when you said, like, I want to build a Christian business,
Yes.
it spoke to me. Not because the business, like MTL Hiking, is not Christian. It's a community, and there's people of all backgrounds, and I do love it because everybody's great, and but I do want to have maybe a branch or something else that's more Christian. Like, I want it to be my work as well. So we'll see how that goes throughout the year. As for health, I go to the gym a lot, so I want to keep doing that. I think you're like how I started saying it this year, at least, is like my body, it kind of holds my soul, my spirit, like it's what God gave me, or the part of me that's maybe in the image of God. So like I need to take care of this home of, like whether it's with food, exercise. So to me, it's to keep exercising at least 3 times a week, and eating well. I've never had issues eating, maybe overeating sometimes. Gluttony, probably the sin I'm going to work on this year.
Why are you looking at me? Gluttony turns at me. You're someone dealing with that.
No, but just because, I don't know, I'm trying to start seeing food differently, as in, like, I don't live to eat, I eat to live. Because I love food. It's so good. And, like, I'm just trying to see it, okay, this is a way for me to subsist or to survive, and not, like, I'm just here to eat and to overconsume and to do that. So that's just one thing I want to be more mindful when it comes to health.
Yeah. Something I realized too, like because I'm a stress eater, and now that like I'm more with God, walking the path, less of that. So probably it comes from there too. So so definitely, like, it's important to realize like food is important, but it's not like it's like shouldn't be central.
But the quality of the food that you eat, yes.
Of course.
Like it should be good food.
Always.
Like always, nourish your body well. You don't need to overconsume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I want to add, like, our bodies and our soul, spirit, they're one. So like anything you do to your body or you consume, it affects your
Exactly.
spirit, and
Exactly.
everything you do to your spirit, spiritual nourishment, reading the Bible is good
Yes.
for your body. So they're interconnected, which
100%.
is really fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
And last thing, of course, like I want you guys to talk about these things too, but relationships wise. So to me, whether it's friendships, family, my husband, it's, I think, be more like work my patience more. I'm a little bit snappy. I tend to like get irritated very quickly. So that's one thing I want to work on when it comes to people, whether it's like close relationships or even people in general. Work on my snappiness, more patience.
Yeah, tell them actually how that changed, because you said recently, like, you saw a bit of a change once you got married.
did. Oh yeah.
With Kev.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
yeah, talk about that.
Oh yeah. I'm less snappy. I thought, cause okay, I'm a little intense when it comes, like I like things done a certain way at a certain time. And I expect that of others as well. So I kind of like could be a bit obsessive about things. But I realized I'm a lot more, like now that we're married, I'm a lot more patient, and I'm a lot more of service too. Like, look, if he's tired, whatever, he doesn't feel like doing something, I just do it. And I don't mind. I would have minded so much in the past. I'd be like, I did my part. Why aren't you doing yours? But no, it's not at all like that. Like I don't mind picking off the slack, being of service, doing things, and it doesn't irritate me as it used to. Because in the past I would have been like you can't like do it, like leaving a plate or whatever. Like you're a big boy, do it, But no, not at all. It's a different dynamic. Like I see it more as like we're a team, and we're tackling life together. And yeah, it's changed a lot for us. At least the dynamic of our relationship.
Okay,
Yeah.
interesting.
I want to hear you guys. So, Charles, you spoke a little bit about work. Speak
Yeah.
up. Yeah, tell us how like this year you want to work on these other aspects of your life. Always keeping faith in mind.
Yeah, so faith and Christ will always be central to the studio and how it's gonna evolve. I feel it's really important in a way that there's still a lot of things to overcome, and I cannot do them just alone. And I need that spiritual guidance and help. Health-wise, I've been really improving a lot the past few years, so definitely keep working on that more and more this year.
You lost a lot of weight, huh?
Yeah.
In the last, in a good way. Yeah. How much weight did you lose in the last 2-3 years?
Yeah, about
you-
10 kilos
Wow.
roughly.
Wow.
So obviously, like one can lose them quicker. But I think I'm also struggling with the food.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we all love good food. So
And losing weight quickly, by the way, doesn't mean that it's good. Like
Yes.
the fact that you're consistent about your workout, that you've seen like long-term results. Because if you lose it quickly,
can
you're
gain it.
gonna gain it quickly.
exactly.
So it's good. Like I've seen the change. I told you recently. I'm like, Charles, like you melted. No, like we see the difference
Yeah.
in you.
Yeah. And what else did you like work out and do anything else like to do that, to lose weight?
Be more mindful of also the macronutrient. Obviously, like not have a strict rule, but just like follow now a guideline. It's like basically veggies are a cheat code. You can eat as much as you want, but proportion wise, veggie like 40% of the meal. Meats is 30%, and then carbs 20% and 10% fat. So like just reducing the fat components. Like sometimes we like to add a bit more drizzle of olive oil and stuff like that on the food, on the hummus. So
Yeah.
like be more kind of
Mindful
mindful
about
of the food itself. Yeah.
Nice. That's
Yeah.
good. That's good. And what about your relationships?
Relationship, it's a good one. I think building this strong relationship with God is gonna be central. And I feel in a way this is gonna be what will also bring me more confidence and propel me eventually to find someone.
Yes.
I don't know if it's gonna be this year, but
Yeah.
let's be mindful. Hopefully,
Yeah.
that's gonna
Yeah.
be
We'll pray
a
on it.
goal.
We'll pray on it.
on it. 2026
Yes.
would be good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And Harut.
Strictly relationship or health?
No. So like, how is the faith goal going to help you in these other areas, or have you thought about that?
Really? Okay. So to me, it's a bit similar to you guys. I try to do it consciously. So I've been going to the gym for a while now. So since September as well, I try to go about 4 days a week.
Nice.
So I've slowed the pace a little bit the past month because holidays and stuff.
Yeah.
So, but I'm gonna try to be persistent with that. So I don't know really how that's tied with faith as much, but I know it helps. I mean, just mentally, it's also good. The gym, it helps you discipline wise.
Discipline.
Yeah, exactly. So it helps you also with staying close to God and being disciplined in that sense. So you discipline one area of your life, you're disciplining something else as well because you're changing as a person.
Exactly.
When it comes to relationships, for me, I'll say that also I'm praying, to have a good relationship with a girl in the future. So that's also something that's on my mind and I'm praying about. So I think God prepares you first, and then you get into the relationship. So I try to better every aspect of my life in order to be like a really good, partner, in the future, a father. And so that's why we work on ourselves. I think it's not for yourself; it's for the people that you're going to be with, to take care of. So that's, in the meantime, that's what I want to do: better myself, every aspect. Work, whether it's becoming closer to God, it's all very important.
Yeah, absolutely.
And also, like, career-wise, any change or?
So I'm currently in the financial industry. So it's, as I said before, it's in the pharmaceutical industry. I work in finance, and I have in mind either to move forward with a position that's financial planning and analysis. It's more on the budgeting side, forecasting side. Right now, I'm more AP. I do a lot of accounts payable. So going to that field would be an upgrade for me. Maybe in the pharmaceutical industry, preferably. But if not, I'd also be open like for other roles. But I'm also interested in real estate. So that's one area that still I haven't delved into. So maybe it's going to be something in the future that also I might have the opportunity to be in. Nice. So yeah, I pray for those.
There's no maybes here. Bold.
I mean, look, if of course. So it's on my mind, right? It's on my mind. So I know that if something's on my mind, I have to plan for it. I have to make, if I don't do it, it's not going to happen. So that's one thing that's on.
No, I say that because I know it's been on your mind for a while. Yeah. And it's nice, sitting there, chilling, having a nice time in your mind. Yeah. But you got to do something about it.
Yes, but changing industries is.
I'm not saying change industry, but you can warm up some way, in some small way. Like, it doesn't need to be this big. That's what I think. Why a lot of people sometimes don't accomplish goals. Like, start with something small. Go to I had told you, go to a little networking event.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's actually a good
start
idea.
small things that you can do right now with your job, and that's a little more manageable, and start that way.
You're right. have to plan for it.
I'm always right, guys. I'm the eldest sister here. No, but Charles, you're like an eldest brother.
Of course.
Steph, you didn't talk about all of these other areas of your life.
Yeah, so for me, okay, so let's start with career. So I recently actually finished my last semester
Nice.
at Concordia. I'm still waiting for
For the
one
final
grade.
mark. I wasn't gonna say it, but okay.
Okay, that one grade is actually stressing me out because it's the course I didn't do too well on.
Okay.
So yeah, still waiting on that. Hopefully, it all goes well so that I finally like finish, graduate. And so yeah, so now I'm like in a place where it's like a lot is changing because I'm 24 years old. 24 years, all I've known is like studying. That's been like my comfort zone, and now it's ending, and a new chapter is coming, and I have no idea like where, like what to do and where I'm meant to work, and even like personally like who I am. So it's like in this stage, early 20s, it's when you start, it's the struggle. You're figuring out who you are and what to do. And and even recently, like, actually, no, a struggle I have is like a lot is laziness.
Yes.
So, and recently it's
Yes.
Sloth.
not approves. So, and recently it's been really bad, and I've been, it's been affecting me a lot. And so one thing, when I went to like confession, I confessed that. And then one thing he said was to pray for wisdom. Even like on this new chapter, like looking for a job, discernment. So a bit like you, Nat. And yeah, I actually, when he said that, I was like, oh yeah, like wisdom. Because I never really, like when I pray, it's not the first thing that comes to mind. Like I don't pray for that specifically. And so now it's like, yes, like I really need wisdom. So yeah, praying for that intentionally every day. I need it to find a job, know what God wants me to do, and yeah, to know who I am also. So like, there's that, career-wise. Second thing,
Health. Steph, I don't think. Have you ever worked out in your life? Oh no, you played soccer, but like for fun. Why? You played soccer. It could count.
yeah, I'm more like, I like to do like activities.
Yes.
Gym is not, I don't like it.
Yeah.
I went like once. I'm like, ugh. I'm more like, oh, I like to play soccer, basketball, activities.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't have a plan. I'm playing soccer, but not consistently, because I used to play consistently, but like my ankles are like dead. Every time I would like sprain it. So, so playing soccer, I don't have a plan for health wise. I do think for food, for some reason, like when I eat like junk food, I don't feel well, and it's more intense than it used to be.
That's good.
So I stay away. Like even, it's weird. Like even eating outside at restaurants, I don't feel the need to do that anymore. Like I love eating
Out.
No,
at home.
I love eating what mom cooks.
Nice.
That's a change.
yeah, because I didn't used to. I used to love eating outside as well, but I realized like no, I want to eat at home. It's more healthy. And I don't feel the need to go outside to eat.
That's
So
good.
that's
Nice.
So yeah, I think that's it for health wise.
And then relationships.
Relationships, I don't have a plan. Okay, I don't know yet. Even what God has planned for me. I used to worry a lot about that,
But relationships, I don't mean like only romantic.
Okay.
It's also like friendships,
family.
parents,
Okay.
siblings.
Yeah, actually, I was siblings. Yeah. Actually, it one thing I've been thinking about more a lot is like serving others. I think applying the love, in action, and also like when I hear the stories or like small bits of stories of like the saints, I find that to be like like their lives to be so inspiring. Like some of the things they would do is like through like suffering, their own suffering, they would ask God, they would take that suffering to God and they would say, God, use that suffering to convert souls, like to change a soul. And I think, and I don't know why, but it's something I've been thinking about a lot. And I want to do that too, because I'm in a place where, I don't know, like I realize it's not all about me and it's not something I want. True. Like, I don't know why there's something much greater about, doing things for others in a way. I find that way more inspiring than, living for only me. So I guess, I wrote down, share with others what I learn and know.
Yeah, that's cool.
So
That's good.
Yeah. So learning, especially like learning about, stories about the saints or doctrines about Catholicism, I love sharing those. Because I even recently learned like learning about these things, revelations from God is a gift
Yeah.
in of itself. Not everyone, learns about that or gets to learn about that. And so keeping all of these gifts to myself doesn't seem right. I need to go and, just say it, share that regardless of, people listening or not.
Yeah.
So, I guess that's.
Yeah, but that also strengthens your faith because whatever happens to you, you're sharing it with others. It makes it more real, and
Yeah.
it is real. It's just like God said, where two or three are joined, there I am in their midst. So like you sharing and expanding your relationships, Christ-centered relationships, it helps you in your journey, in your faith journey.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, like even communication, knowing how to respond to like criticism or like arguments against what I'm saying.
That's a big one.
I'm horrible at that.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of pride I've noticed and a lot of fear. And it's because like I'm very comfortable in what I know and it's also a reason why I need to share what I know because
then that's how you get challenged.
Exactly. And it grows my character. It
Exactly.
refines me and
Yeah, that's a good one.
Very nice.
Guys, let's end with what are our goals for this podcast? First off, Harut, are you going to come back?
Honestly, I really enjoyed this.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yay.
It was.
That's awesome.
It's such a good discussion. Like
Yeah.
all the topics we discussed. Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. Yay.
Nice.
So, guys, where do we see this podcast going? Because, again, we started this because, we just love, I think, discussing these topics. We have a lot of questions, and we wanted to tackle them in live, but in time. And share it with you guys so you could see kind of the evolution, hopefully get some of your questions answered. And I think for me as well, it has helped me develop my knowledge as well when it comes to that. So, where would you guys like to see this podcast? Let's say in a year, by the end of 2026, where do you see this?
Good question. For sure, I love the consistency we put in finally after your
Yes.
wedding.
After my wedding, sorry, it was my fault.
But I definitely see that going. We'll see how it goes. But funny, when we were discussing Jesus' love, reminded me of the story of Marie. who got stabbed on the eye
Oh, yeah.
by the kid, and he said, like Jesus loved everyone. I love you. I forgive you
I
for
saw
doing
that
that.
video. Very
Oh.
That's like crazy. I was like, damn, it would be so badass to have like really people who are servant of Jesus, of the Lord, that
Yeah.
can tell us more about their expertise. I think this is one of my wishes. We have one, Father Stefan.
Hang on. Give me a second.
The blue book.
Yes.
Bigham, Father Stefan Bigham. He
Yes,
wrote about
Stefan
icons, Orthodox. He's an Orthodox priest. So I have his number, so we'll try to call him next year. And
Yes.
have him
Nice.
on. And we'll see who else we can have.
Yeah,
over.
and experts as well. And also, we talked a little bit about how, like, you guys, how Jesus is, the most, I'm going to get my mind together. How, like we think, Christianity is the truth, and how, like, Jesus is most likely to be God, and what he was saying is the truth. I'm curious to learn about other religions, because there's so many people in the world that don't believe that, more than there is Christians. So I'm just curious to talk to people of these other religions, try to kind of pick their brains, see why they don't believe. But I think, like Steph said, we need to be a little more knowledgeable ourselves first.
So would you want to do it on a debate format?
Not a debate. Nowhere. Don't put me in a debate. I am nowhere near right now like a place where I could debate anybody about anything.
Yeah.
No, but I think my approach would be more out of like a curiosity. Just because I've learned more about Jesus, I know more who he is and what he's like and what kind of God he is, and why would anyone believe anything else if this is really the truth? So it's really more of a curious approach than like debate and trying to prove my point. So
In that case, I would love to have converts like from those religions to
Yes.
Christianity. That would
Good
be
idea.
like the best.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That would be cool. What about you, Steph? Where do you see this podcast in a year? We mentioned a lot, so it could just be what we mentioned.
Ditto. I don't know. I just I have a lot of fun doing the podcast. I sense it's a good thing, and that we should keep doing it. And I don't know, like, to be honest, what is gonna happen, but I'm excited for anything, honestly.
Yeah, I think just like keep doing it is a good start, because like of course it's still new. We're just a couple of episodes in, but yeah, and I know you just like came as a guest today. Where would you like this podcast to be in a year? Where would you see it be?
In 1 year?
Yeah.
Well, I think like already the discussions that you guys are having, like it's such a good pointer towards the religion, and opens the mind on the people's minds on the real Christianity and what it's about. So like already the discussion in of itself, I think is it's good. I think you guys mentioned good stuff to begin with, like inviting people that are more knowledgeable to give you
Yes.
real like theological and religious information. I think that's very, very helpful. Also, you mentioned debates. I mean,
We could debate. Ooh.
you could test it out, you know?
Yeah.
Why not?
Maybe we can even do like Bible studies.
Oh yeah, that's also a good,
like
good
in
idea.
live.
Yeah.
Read maybe passages of the Bible, share our
Yeah.
thoughts and all of that. But actually, guys, comment. Let us know what you guys want us to cover in this podcast. What would be helpful to you? Because like what's helpful to you is also helpful to us. Like we're all just trying to help each other out. So let us know what you guys want in the comments. What kind of topics you want us to discuss. I think it'll be super fun to make it interactive in that way.
Yeah.
And so on that, I wish you guys a happy new year, a lovely new year. Don't forget to set your goals. It's important to be mindful of, what you want to get done this year as you started, and review these goals constantly or consistently, because you're always going to adapt them to your situation, but it's really important to kind of set your goals. And one thing I would encourage you to do is to always have God at the center of them, because He is the best thing you could aim for. So I wish you the best this upcoming year, and Happy New Year.
Yes, Happy New Year, everyone. I would love to hear also your stories, your testimonials. If you are open of heart, please leave a comment. Tell us your path with the Lord, and we'd love to read you out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.